Boy, that shit escalated quickly, didn't it? Greetings, my friends. It's time to find out if the children are going to escape in another super tense episode of The Promised Neverland. First, here's the spoiler warning. Haven't watched the episode? Go check it out and come back to this review. And holy shit, a lot of things went down in this episode. Not only we get to see what happened with Sister Krone, but we also got to see that the kids actually began their escape plan, and things don't exactly go as planned. First, let's talk about Sister Krone. She just got a brand new promotion, and it looks like she's going to be a mother at a brand new plant, and she's going to be able to live out her dream of raising children and living in an idyllic place. However, things aren't all peaches and cream for Sister Krone, as when she actually leaves, she's immediately confronted by Grandma, who of course is conveniently covered in shadow. They just do not want us to see this old broad, and then suddenly, Krone is attacked by a massive demon. She desperately tries to fight it off as we are given a huge montage sequence of seeing how Krone actually became a mother in the first place, beginning as a timid girl who eventually was brought into this training organization where all of these girls are trained to be hardcore badasses in maid outfits. I have to say, I really enjoyed this sequence as it started to make me see Sister Krone in a completely different light. Earlier on in the series, I saw her as nothing more than just kind of a one-off psychopathic villain, but here I actually found myself having a little bit of sympathy for her character. While she was intensely creepy in many ways, she actually does want these children to escape so that they can change this rotten world, and try as she might, she is not able to fight off these demons, which suddenly decide to kill her, and we actually get to see that they manage to kill these children and everybody with those flowers. I'm not quite sure how these flowers work, but the implication is that when you stab someone with one of them, the actual flower itself starts to absorb all of the blood within their body, which leads to a pretty ghastly image, and of course Sister Krone's final moment. The rest of the episode follows Emma, Ray, and Norman as they prepare to go through their plan and try to escape, but of course, Mother Isabella knows everything that is going down, and she perfectly calculates how they're going to try and escape, and she ends up using that against all of them, not only trapping Ray in a room, promising that it's only a matter of time before he's going to be shipped off, and the fact that their relationship has officially been cut off, but she immediately races into the woods to find Emma, Norman, and the other kids as they're trying to make their escape. And this entire confrontation, I have to say, was one of the most disturbing things that I've actually seen from the entire show, as Mother Isabella does not sugarcoat anything. She lets them know that she knows that they know everything, and that they're aware of the world that they live in, and rather than fight back and try to claw their way out of this place, they should just accept defeat and wait for their death. Why should they have to go through all this terror when they know that they could live a somewhat happy, normal life when eventually it's simply just their time to die? Of course, they don't want to go through with any of this, and they end up trying to come up with a plan in order to stop her, but that's when Mother Isabella proves that she's like a fucking MMA fighter, and she ends up taking out Emma by basically fracturing and breaking her leg. In this scene, guys, just wow, the absolute terror that is displayed on screen, man, sent a chill down my fucking spine. The scene is so terrifying because even though there's a lot of children and they could potentially overpower Mother Isabella, if they do that, it's just going to bring on the wrath of an even scarier force, such as the demons. They know that they have no choice but to go along with her plan at this point, and Emma has effectively been taken out. But even more scary is that Mother Isabella makes the declaration that Norman's time to be shipped off is coming right up. Watching all of this play out was something that I honestly did not expect. This entire plan could not have gone more wrong, and the fact that Mother Isabella is clearly aware that these children know the truth has completely changed the entire dynamic of this series. I truly fear for these children's lives, and I hope that they eventually will be able to escape and get the best of Mother Isabella, but at this point it's kind of hard to say, as she is like a trained assassin. So what's the rundown on this episode of The Promised Neverland? This is the episode where everything just comes crashing down. I was really hoping that they were going to be able to escape into this world because I was very anxious to see what the outside world of The Promised Neverland is all about. But no, it looks like we're going to have to just wait a little bit longer as our characters are going to have to regroup and find another brand new way to escape. As for the actual fates of our main characters, it's still kind of up in the air. We're going to have to figure that out in the next episode of the series. A lot of the drama of this episode came from the fact that Mother Isabella knew everything that was going on and has been sort of secretly orchestrating all of these events along with Grandma. What's interesting about the grandma character, too, is that Sister Krone reveals everything that's been going on. These children know that they're food and they're being raised and they're going to be sold to demons, but she just sort of looks the other way and says, don't worry, we're going to take care of it. These kids are just going to live out their lives and eventually they'll be shipped out. Even with that revealing information, Krone was trying to get a little bit of power, and yet it still ended up working against her. She still was set up to be killed, and it's such a horrifying prospect. Like I said, though, I think one of the best things about this episode is how they made me care about Sister Krone and see her as more than just like a crazy, ridiculous villain. That final declaration she makes right before she dies, begging for these children to escape and change this world, I have to say was one of like the biggest shocking moments from the series for me. It made me realize you can't really judge a book by its cover in this show, and it's got me so excited to see what's actually going to be happening next. That and the absolute feeling of hopelessness at the very end of the episode when they were going up against Mother Isabella. A part of me really wanted to see, like, those kids actually get the best of her, but man, she's just so much more calculating and smart, and realizes the rules of this world a little bit more than they do. I also like the fact that there are a few scenes in this episode that hint to the fact that even Isabella in the past tried to escape. There's like this weird flashback sequence where you see this girl who's actually on top of the concrete wall, and I'm guessing that this is a young Isabella, but rather than run away, she actually returned and became a mother. I can't wait to learn the circumstances behind that, but wow, she is just such a fantastic villain. She chews the scenery so much, and unlike Krone, she never really shows her emotions all that much. But when she does, she's incredibly terrifying in the way that she actually does it, displaying a tremendous amount of confidence in the fact that there's no way that these kids are going to possibly escape, and that they are all just under her rule. She's the puppeteer, they're the puppets. What more can I say? This was an awesome episode of The Promised Neverland, which is why I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 5. I really loved this one. It's without a doubt the most tense episode of the series. Things just escalated to a brand new level, and the entire dynamic of the show is going to change after this moment. This is kind of like the turning point of The Promised Neverland, and I cannot wait to see more of it unfold. So, yep, that's my thoughts on the episode. If any of you guys did watch it, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, and you can tell me all of them in the comment section below. What did you think about Sister Krone's death? Was it shocking? Was it unexpected? What's the deal with those flowers? Why do they use them in the first place? Do they not like the blood inside of the food that they eat? What's the deal here? And what do you think is going to happen with Emma now that she's been injured? Are they going to find a new way to escape? Are they going to somehow trick Mother Isabella? Let's just get a discussion going about this one in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching this review. I'll see you all next time. And as always, stay down, baby.